doing today? So today's video, you guys are gonna be so surprised. It's a ramble video. I know that a lot of you like these, so it's not gonna be too bad that I'm recording another one. I just had like a technical thing I wanted to bring up. I guess some like moderate life things to bring up, then another video as well. This one else did that I just wanted to kind of call out too and basically say this is great. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoy this. It's not going to be super long, probably just a normal length video. It's not going to be like a 30-minute one. But yeah, I just had a couple of things, and a nice whispery rambly update would be a nice addition to just a nice place to just say all of this. So the first thing I want to bring up, and when everybody is probably listening, right? I have had a slight technical issue and a couple of other videos. I fixed it in the last video, I don't know what I'm calling that one yet. I haven't put it up yet when I'm recording this. But the one where I basically am just like doing my nails, there has been a low drone in the videos, and I heard it a little bit, but I've been hearing a lot more when I listen back on YouTube, and I want to bring up what that is and kind of what to expect. I think I mainly fixed it in this most recent video, with the nail filing. So I just went ahead and used it's some kind of compressor, but essentially I looked at the wave file of what was happening and kind of dampened the low end a little bit more, not the really bassy bits that add to, you know, my voice, make this sound full and nice. But there was like, I think it was within the 100 decibel range. I don't remember. There was this low drone. It's an air conditioning unit, so the way that like where I live is set up, I can still hear like the AC of other places. So our neighbors have had their AC on continuously, so which we haven't really that much. I mean, it's been like pretty nice where we are, but they've had the AC on this entire time. I don't get it. I don't know if they are trying to live in like, you know, 50 degrees or not, but it's whatever. They've continuously had it on, and I'm guessing that they're going to for quite a few months, because I mean, May, June, July, August, so 4 months of summer weather. So there's a chance that that's going to be in quite a few other videos, and I'm basically putting this out to say, let me know if I need to fix that anymore, if the drone is still there and I need to fix that anymore, if you guys think so. From what I can hear, it's at least much lower than it was, and also kids are out apparently around here. They are already out for summer, so I'm probably going to have to cut quite a bit out, because as of late, the way that my recording schedule is, it's actually like in the afternoon now, because if I do it at night, I don't do it. Like, I straight up just won't do it if it's after dinner. I'm like, I will be way too like low energy after I eat dinner. I can't really do anything except I usually edit at that point, because with editing, it's just I need to chill out and listen to it, right? That's perfect after you're like, I've eaten everything I need to today, and now my body wants to slumber. But yeah, I'm going to have to keep recording in the afternoons, and kids play in the afternoon when the sun is slightly down, right around 2 or so, which is almost exactly when I record. So heads up on that. There's probably going to be more cuts here and there. I'm not going to leave anything in so you guys hear like children screaming, but they're all going to be out having fun. I mean, it's literally just how life is. And obviously I didn't have this issue before because I started the channel last fall when they were all still in school. So yeah, just a heads up, if you hear anything along those lines, that's what's happening. No need to worry about it. It's just going to be cut out, and I'm going to make sure that I kind of stay on track, so there's a little bit more cohesive aligned even with the cuts. So yeah, that's just the technical part I wanted to talk about. And then I guess the second point, the most important I really wanted to bring up, there's another ASMR artist that I watch who also has chronic illness, hilarious, but much worse than mine, I would say, called Mads ASMR. You have probably seen her. She and her sister both have ASMR channels. I don't know how I'm forgetting her sister's channel. It's Grace, but it's not Grace ASMR. She has, is it Grace V? I think it's Grace V. But you'll see they look very similar. It's just one has black hair, one is blonde, and they do have like slight differences where you can tell the difference even if they have the same hair. But they're both absolute dolls. They are so wonderful. They make such good quality ASMR content. Matt's recently posted a video kind of talking about the loneliness that you feel when you have chronic illness and kind of feeling forgotten and feeling that you can't really get up and out of anything because you're ill. The way that she put it, which kind of broke my heart, but honestly, I understand even with what I have because I'm much better off than both of them. I can't even imagine, and mind you, most people say that about what I'm dealing with. Fibro and CFS, if nobody knew that, chronic fatigue syndrome. But yeah, even with what I have, comparatively, she said it felt like she was a fly stuck to fly paper, like fly trap paper, and everybody else kept just zooming by and she was stuck and couldn't move anywhere. And honestly, I have really felt that. I'm not even slightly as eloquent as she was in that video. I'm not going to pretend to be at all. I would definitely recommend watching it. She's wearing, I can't remember the title of the video, but she's wearing like a one sleeve white shirt. It looks really, really good on her. Perfect on her skin tone. That was so cute. And it was basically an update. Let's talk. I think it was like an hour and a half video. I watched most of it actually. Because I couldn't stop listening, to be honest. She was speaking so much from the heart, and everything she said was so true. And it was, unbearably true, if that makes sense. But I would definitely say, for one, I would watch that video. It was really good quality. She's a fantastic ASMR artist, absolutely wonderful, especially her inaudible whispering. But just the fact that she has taken so much time to make a safe space and make other people feel heard and understood, it really resonated with me. And she brought up the point of her rambling a lot in videos, even when she said she wasn't going to talk as much. It was partially because of the loneliness that she has felt having chronic illness, and I was like, oh, that actually makes complete sense. That makes sense why I always want to make ramble videos. I always want to talk to you guys. I always want to I have to stop myself from commenting all the time, which I guess this is a side note. I do not get on my account unless I'm posting that day because I don't A, want to get obsessed with numbers, and I don't B, want to keep responding back to you guys over and over and over because I could, and I know I could. And this is the thing, I as a person, I'm introverted and I like being by myself, to be quite honest, but something that I miss is warmth, and that's very different from just talking to random people. I miss actually feeling like warmth when I do have a conversation, and I guess it's more so when she brought up all of those points really made sense to me why I always want to communicate with you guys so much and just kind of reach out to you, because I don't want other people feeling the same way that I have. And I feel like that's the same exact thing with Mads, where she made that space because she didn't want people to feel lonely and put out to the side, which is fantastic. Again, I don't know if she would ever see this, but she is just such a fantastically nice person, and what she has had to overcome, not this whole, let's glorify disability sort of thing. No, what she has had to overcome just to live a decent life, and the fact that she has been able to push past that and actually have a community and do so much for other people, it speaks a lot to her character. And I wish she did not have to do that sort of thing just to connect with people. And I wish she didn't have to feel like she's that fly stuck to that sticky pad. And again, she has such a good attitude about it, but it's not like a feel-good story, right? It's not feel-good. She's suffering, and we don't want to see that. But what can be done? But yeah, I just kind of wanted to bring that up because, again, like, excuse me, I like moved on the chair there. I have had to deal with something very similar, especially during quarantine, but just in general. I have, since age 15, been continuously getting worse with all of my illnesses and finding out about them one by one. She brought up the fact that she wasn't even able to, like, go to school, and I'm like, the fact that I was even able to, it makes you realize what things you take for granted, essentially. But yeah, I just want to bring that up because that's a really good video. She speaks so truthfully and from the heart, and it's so eloquent and just straight to the point. It's wonderful. I definitely recommend you guys watch that video because it's clear she put a lot of effort into it. And also, it's just a good quality video. She is a fantastic, quality, talented ASMR artist. But yeah, I really was touched by that, and I wanted to share that with you guys, obviously, because this is my little community, and if I feel something so much, I wanted to share it with you. But especially the point she made about feeling kind of, in some way, held back. I can't even do, like, physical activities with my friends and family, or even, like, bowling. And it just, I mean, this was before quarantine, but even with that, I just sat there and I was like, it makes you feel useless, and just so, it made me feel like I was slowing everybody else down. And I think that's part of why I've even become more secluded during quarantine, because you feel like you are a burden on other people just existing. And that's exactly how I felt, but I do so much with my other friends who they're also spoonie buddies, have chronic illness. And I'm like, you don't have to worry about anything, I'm here for you, you are never a burden on me. But I could never say it to myself and mean it. Does that make sense? But yeah, it's just been hard, and realizing that I'm even gonna have to go on new medication for the PTSD that's gonna make me feel even more out of it and bring my energy down even more. It's hard to think about how things are going to be, and I think that's a big part of this quarantine. You don't really know what's going to be happening tomorrow, and I have felt kind of, in a way, paralyzed by fear with that, and this is the first time in my life I've ever had that. I'm regularly a pretty confident and bold person where I know that I'm going to do my best, but again, I have not even been able to actually do my best or depend on my best as of late. Things have still been falling apart, even if I put so much effort into it. And it's this thing where I'm like, well, at least I can say I did, really put effort into it. But I'm like, but can I be happy about that? Because I'm still back to square one in a way. So I don't know. I've just been, I'm just a little mixed up as of late. I wanted to bring that up, basically, in this little rambly update. I guess a further note, probably the last one I'm going to touch on. I guess first off, I'm working on some requests right now. If you guys have any other requests, let me know. I'm going to be working through, I think, 2 or 3 more here very soon. So I'm getting stuff ready for those. And yeah, as far as videos go, I still have quite a bit that I'm planning on recording, but obviously if you have any ideas, let me know, and I will see what I can do, of course. I have really enjoyed the recommendations as of late, and you guys have been so incredibly warm and comforting. I'm sorry, I keep moving on this chair, and every single time it's like a pleather, so it makes that like weird, almost like a fart sound. I'm like, guys, I'm not farting in ASMR. But anyway, that exists though. I bet somebody has a farting ASMR video. Anyway, but I don't want to know about it. The next point I wanted to bring up is basically, this is the heavy topic, and I feel kind of bad that I have put 2 heavy topics on you guys as of late, but I figure it's best to be honest and kind of like, if anyone can relate still talking about this, but slightly different this time. I have decided I'm going to actually start weightlifting and doing more endurance training instead of just doing anything that is, I was doing like mainly cardio based, where I would do like HIIT, I would do some calisthenics, I was doing a lot of yoga, and I've decided to move into something where I'm going to be building quite a bit more muscle, because I guess this is, I'm going to talk about this, and this is a lot. I am having to pursue a CPO on somebody because they have been threatening me. It's in relation to the case I talked about earlier on, which is reaching its resolution in the end of May. But essentially, that's part of why I've been afraid as of late, to be quite honest, because I have that happening in the background. I'm like, I'm not going to talk about it with you guys because it's terrifying. But yeah, I'm having to pursue a CPO. I'm actually waiting on one last statement, and I'm planning on getting it relatively soon, probably by the time that this video is up. And it's this thing where I'm realizing I'm going to have to kind of keep an eye over my shoulder for the rest of my life, and it's bearing very heavily on my spirit, to be quite honest, because I'm not a vengeful person, and I tend to be a little bit too forgiving from what I have been told, because I realize that people can make mistakes, and I don't like holding anything over somebody's head for their entire life. I have made a plethora of mistakes, and I think everybody has. Obviously not anything horrific, like stabbing somebody or being racist, which is completely different, or like grooming or anything like that. Trigger warning, I'm sorry. But nothing like that, but actual mistakes like being an asshole, I don't know if I've even ever cussed on this channel. I just thought about that. Is asshole really cussing? I don't know. But yeah, the fact that I'm having to cut somebody off to that level is, and who it is, definitely is surprising. But yeah, I'm having to pursue CPO. I have to get concealed carry eventually. And these are things where I'm like, I don't want to do them, but I know I need to, if that makes any sense, because I'm just sitting here, I'm like, why can't we just have a resolution that doesn't have to come to this, but it's the other person involved is not, I'm absolutely not going to let that happen. And I have known them my entire life, so I know that things are not going to change, and I know that I need to pursue this, but it hurts me so much, guys. And the reason I'm going to start weightlifting is because I'm tired of being afraid, and I am tired of doubting my own body. And I know for a fact that doing a really good solid 45 minutes of a workout every day, I already know I can do that. I have the energy for that. I save up spoons for it in a way. So I'm very smart about how I set up my day so I have enough energy to do it. And that's the thing, even when I've gained some weight back, it's not because I haven't had the energy to work out. I've been still working out. It's just literally everything has fallen apart where I'm not able to do as much, or I start crying in the middle of it. I'm sorry if this is really tough for anyone to listen to, but I mean, your body is so connected to your emotions. I've just really had a tough time even doing anything, and I'm like, how do people just do this? Because I have to mentally be in the right place for it. But I know that a good part of what I'm feeling is just absolute, it's rage at the fact that nobody was there for me for so many fucking years. Nobody was there for me, and I wish I was able to be there for me in 2007, 2008, when things really started getting bad for me as a kid. I wish I had been able to be there, and I guess this weightlifting, getting stronger, being able to actually take care of myself and pick myself back up, being able to depend on my body again, because I don't know how much I can depend on my emotions, my mental state at this point, but being able to physically depend on myself again, I know that's a step in the right direction. And especially any issues PCOS, to be honest, but I gain muscle extremely easily, and I know for a fact that I've already kind of done resistance training before, and I had a good time with it. But I thought I'd get too bulky because I'm a lady, and now I don't care. I do not care if I look like a bodybuilder. Okay, square up. But yeah, I'm doing this just because the reason I'm bringing this up is there are times in your life where you can barely even depend on anything happening. You lose your foundation, and it's just building it back up and knowing that you have to take your time with it and giving yourself love and grace during that. And I basically am just trying to say to all of you, some really, really messed up stuff has happened to me, but I'm going to end up coming back from it, and I know that whatever hits you, whatever comes your way, you're going to be able to get back from as well. I just wanted to basically say that I believe in you all, and I'm glad that you are here, and that was the main point. And I feel like I got lost in details there, so I apologize. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I said that. And also, you know, when I come in here and I have some nice biceps to show off, you better be watching. I'm kidding. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I kind of ended on a positive note, coming out of negative, picking yourself back up. And it's been very hard for me to pick myself back up, but I've at least got one leg on the ground now that's actually trying to pull me up. So yeah, I'm feeling better. I feel like I'm actually coming back into myself. And I wanted to share that because even though all of the other things I talked about were horrible, they will pass eventually, and we'll be on to the next thing. So yeah, just wanted to say that. I hope that you are all doing so absolutely wonderfully well out there, and you stay well, and you stay safe. Thank you for being here, and for listening, and for just hanging out with me and being part of this little community. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, night, or whatever, whenever you're watching this one. I will see